Welcome to the Dose of Good podcast, where we celebrate good people and organizations working to make the world a better place. It can be easy to get caught up in the bad things going on in the world and forget about the good happening all around us each and every day. I'm your host, Erin, and I want to share these stories with you and give them the attention they deserve. I hope this podcast educates and inspires you and maybe even motivates you to share a dose of good in your community. Now let's get into today's episode. Today's episode features the New Hampshire Food Bank, and you might have heard of the New Hampshire Food Bank. You might have a rough idea of what they do, but really they are doing so much more than you may realize. They are having a huge impact on the state. There's more of a need than ever for the work they do in helping food insecurity and people to not go hungry. So I hope that you enjoy learning more about them today. I speak to their executive director, Elsy Cipriani. Today I'm here with Elsy Cipriani, Executive Director of the New Hampshire Food Bank. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thank you very much for inviting us. This is a pleasure.
And so what is the mission of the New Hampshire Food Bank?
The mission of the New Hampshire Food Bank is to shepherd a statewide network of partners to alleviate food insecurity, to nourish our communities through innovative programming, and boldly advocate to end hunger for all Granite Staters.
Oh, great. And could you tell us a little bit about the issue of hunger in New Hampshire and how the New Hampshire Food Bank is helping to combat that?
So, New Hampshire, I just want to start by saying that we have a beautiful state.
Yes.
And New Hampshire is very unique. I'm not originally from New Hampshire, but I fell in love with the state many years ago, and I'm happy to be here. However, our state has significant challenges in terms of food insecurity, where 1 in every 7 children face food insecurity and 1 in every 9 adults. Mm-hmm. If we think about some particular areas, for example, the North Country, the challenge with food insecurity is even higher, more difficult. We encounter that food insecurity among children in the North Country is over 20%. We have a lot of work to do, and the New Hampshire Food Bank is in a very unique place to do that because many people don't know, but we do our work through a very robust network of partner agencies. So we partner with soup kitchens, emergency shelter, community health centers that help us to distribute food across the state. So when we talk about food insecurity in New Hampshire, it's not just the New Hampshire Food Bank working alone. It's a strong network of agencies across the state helping local communities to fight food insecurity.
Okay, that's good for people to know. And I think sharing those statistics with people is important too, because if you personally haven't faced food insecurity, I think it's something people maybe don't realize how many people struggle with it. So, yeah.
That's a great point. So food insecurity tends to be very invisible. When we think about our family budget, right? And for families that are struggling financially, one of the first things that they cut is groceries. Mm-hmm. One of the first things of the quality of the groceries that they are buying. And we don't see it. We see our friends, we see families, we go to school, and we don't know who is struggling with food insecurity because it's very invisible. Right. People have to pay their rent, people have to put gas in their cars, but there is a lot of flexibility in the amount of groceries we buy every week. Mm-hmm. So sadly, this is one of the first places where people cut, and people start facing food insecurity very quickly when they struggle with their financial situation.
Sure, yeah. And what are some of the services that New Hampshire Food Bank is offering?
Thank you for this question because this is also, it gives us the opportunity to talk a little bit more about what the New Hampshire Food Bank does beyond food distribution.
Right. Yeah.
Many people know the New Hampshire Food Bank, that we rescue and distribute food, but our work goes way beyond that. Mm-hmm. As a food bank, we try to tackle the root causes of food insecurity. So yes, we focus our core activities focus on rescuing food, partner with grocery stores, and distribute that food through our partner agencies across the state. But we also have a very good number of innovative programs like Cooking Matters. We focus a lot of the SNAP program. Many people don't know, but our enrollment rate for the SNAP program, which is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, is a federal program that is managed by the state of New Hampshire. And the enrollment rate for that program is very low in New Hampshire compared to other states.
Oh, okay.
Only 32% of the people that are eligible for this program are enrolled in New Hampshire. So one of the goals of the New Hampshire Food Bank with other partners is to make sure that people are aware when they qualify for this program, because this is temporary support for families struggling with food insecurity. So that's one of the main programs that we focus at this time, especially because the SNAP program is going through significant changes.
Sure.
So what we offer through this program is that we do a lot of outreach to identify families and individuals that qualify for this program, and we also provide assistance for people to apply, and we help them throughout the process, because for many people, the application process can be very tedious.
Sure.
And having someone to help you with this process is very valuable.
Yeah.
Another important program is the culinary job training. We have a production kitchen, so we always invite people to come and visit the food bank, to tour the food bank, and also to see our culinary training program and our production kitchen, because it's something very unique. We are very proud of that. Through this production kitchen, we cook meals that are sent to our partner agencies. So our partner agencies can get access to regular food, but they can also get access to prepared food, very delicious food that is prepared by our culinary training program. And as we talk about the root causes of hunger, what we do with the culinary job training program is we are able to provide people with the skills to enhance their career options through culinary training.
Yeah.
So it's a program that lasts 8 weeks. And after the 8 weeks, people obtain unique skills to be able to work in the culinary field.
That's wonderful, yeah.
Another very important program for the New Hampshire Food Bank, particularly during this time, is our summer meals program. This program allows us to provide families and particularly children access to food during the summer months. Again, when we talk about food insecurity, disruption of regular services is one of the main causes of food insecurity for children and families that are used to get food every day through the school system. Having the summer months and having the break is a challenge. So we want to make sure that those families still have access to food and they have a way to avoid food insecurity during the summer months. So we are able to partner with many school districts across the state to make sure that families can come to us. Families can come to the school, different sites across the state to have access to meals on a regular basis.
Yeah, well, that's good and important for people to know, because there is that gap during the summer of people who've been, like you said, getting that food at school, and now where do they turn? Well,
Yes.
It's good to know they can go to you and find that support. So
And for our supporters, it's also important to know that this is also one of the months in which the food bank and many of our partner agencies don't receive a lot of support. We see a lot of monetary support, a lot of volunteer support towards the end of the year during the holidays.
Right.
But the summer is a time where we all struggle with getting that support. So we always try to highlight that and remind our donors and our supporters that food insecurity happens every single day,
Right. Yeah.
not just during the holidays.
Yeah. I've thought about that honestly before, is like you hear a lot about food drives and things like that starting in fall and leading up to holidays, and I've had that thought of like, well, what about the rest of the year? I'm sure they
Yes.
need food the rest of the
Yes,
year. So
yes.
yeah, so that's good for people to understand.
Yeah, so
and-
that's why this program is crucial, summer meals program. But again, having the support of our community during the summer is extremely important for the food bank and for our partners. I also want to highlight our mobile food pantries because I mentioned in the beginning that the New Hampshire Food Bank doesn't do a lot of direct work. We work through our partners, and that's great. And the mobile food pantries is probably one of the few programs that allow us to go directly to our communities.
Okay.
We have been running this program for many years, particularly during the COVID years was really, really crucial because we were able to get to our neighbors and to provide food during that challenging time. We still continue running many of those sites, many of the mobile food pantries that we did, but in a different way. One of the things that we are trying to do during the last couple of years is to listen to our community, listen to our partners more. So we have been transitioning to more areas where the need is higher. We are bringing our trucks and our food to communities where we see that the need is higher. For example, there are communities and there are not that many food pantries or soup kitchens. So having the mobile food pantry from the New Hampshire Food Bank is something really good for these communities to have this access. Also, one of the things that we have been doing is listening to our community, as I mentioned, and transitioning. We were distributing a lot of dry food that people prefer, but now as we talk to our neighbors, people are more transitioning more and more to fresh food.
Sure, yeah.
We want to bring more produce. We want to bring more fruits, vegetables to these mobile food pantries. And because we have a great support from the community, we are able to do that. It is more expensive, but it's definitely, we want to make sure that more nutritious food is getting to the people that need it the most.
Sure. That's understandable.
And I also want to highlight our New Hampshire Feeding New Hampshire program because, again, this is a very unique program. We are able to, this is a win-win situation for the New Hampshire Food Bank and for our local communities. The New Hampshire Feeding New Hampshire is a program that allows us to support our local farmers, our local community, local economy. We purchase produce, we purchase fresh food from our local farmers, and we provide that food to our partners and to our local communities. So that food stays in New Hampshire. We continuously raise money for this program. This is a program that had a good amount of support through grants from the federal government. This funding was lost last year. It was close to $1 million that we were going to be used for this program from 2025 to 2028. So since last year, we have been trying really hard to make sure that we fill the gap. The community has been very supportive, but still there is a lot of need, especially because, as I said before, we want to continue providing fresh food to our neighbors facing food insecurity. And this program does that. This program allows us to go to our local farmers, support them, and send that food to our community. So we really hope to continue raising support for this program and to go back to the level of funding that we had before we had the federal cut.
Sure. Well, I'm sorry to hear that happened, but I hope that people will hear this and be inspired to want to help out with that program.
Yes, thank you.
How did you get involved with the New Hampshire Food Bank, and what does your role entail?
So I have been working with and for nonprofit organizations for more than 20 years. And one of the things that motivated me to come to the New Hampshire Food Bank, as I mentioned in the beginning, is that unique role that the New Hampshire Food Bank plays.
Yeah.
I have been lucky enough to work in different fields. I work with farm workers in Northern California, helping them to fight for their rights.
Oh, nice.
So that was a very interesting experience. That I learned a lot about the needs of farm workers and also farmers. Then I have worked for multi-services nonprofit organizations in New Jersey. And most recently, I managed emergency shelters in Boston. After that, I transitioned. I started working with Catholic Charities New Hampshire, and that's how I got here. As you probably know, the New Hampshire Food Bank is a program of Catholic Charities New Hampshire. So prior to coming to the New Hampshire Food Bank, I was managing a different program for Catholic Charities New Hampshire in the Seacoast, an emergency shelter.
Oh, okay.
And one of the best part of the New Hampshire Food Bank is that kind of allows me to do a little bit of everything that I have done in the past, because the New Hampshire Food Bank as at the center of this network that is working with schools, is working with farmers and farm workers. In New Hampshire, is working with emergency shelters, is working with soup kitchens and community health centers. So I feel that many of the skills that I had from working in all these places, I'm able to use them here for the better of the community.
Yeah, that's great. I imagine that you have a need for volunteers. What sorts of volunteer opportunities are available for people?
The New Hampshire Food Bank is able to do the work that we do because of the support of volunteers. We have volunteers coming to our building and going out to support our events and our activities outside of the building every single day. For example, last year we didn't have to hire 12 full-time employees because we had volunteers supporting those activities. So as you can see, it is crucial. They are essential in the work that we do. And the best part is that people can volunteer for the New Hampshire Food Bank in so many ways. We have, as I mentioned, we have a culinary job training program. So we have people volunteering in our kitchen to help cooking meals for emergency shelters, for after-school programs. We have people helping us with our Fresh Rescue program. And this is the program where we rescue food from grocery stores and from different food providers. And we sort that food. We make sure that that food is in the perfect quality to be sent to our partner agencies. So we have volunteers coming every single week to help us going through what is rescue through this program. We also have volunteers sorting. We get fresh food, but we also get what we call dry food, shelf-stable items. So we have volunteers that come to the New Hampshire Food Bank every single day from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and they inspect and they check every single item that comes through that program to make sure that these are items that are okay to be sent to our partner agencies and to our neighbors. Mm-hmm. We also have our mobile food pantries, as we mentioned. So we always recruit volunteers to go with us to our mobile food pantries and to help us distribute the food to our neighbors in the different communities that we take our trucks and our food. And many other opportunities that people can check on our website and support us.
Okay, well, that sounds great. I hope that they check that out. But also, I appreciate you sharing because it just shows the impact that your volunteers have, that they really are necessary and having a significant impact on not only the organization, but everyone in the state. So,
yes.
Yeah. And is there anything else that you want people to know about the New Hampshire Food Bank?
Yes, I would like just to reiterate how thankful we are with the community, the support that we get from every part of New Hampshire, not just for us, for our partners, and that even though we have a beautiful estate, the need is still there.
Yes.
For example, last year we distributed more than 20 million pounds of food, which has been the highest amount of food that we have ever distributed because the need is increasing, sadly. We see that every time that we talk to our partners, they are reporting the same to us, that they are seeing 2 times, 3 times the number of people that they were seeing in the recent years. So the need is increasing, sadly, and we are working really hard to make sure that we meet that need. Mm-hmm. We have been very successful, but again, there are so many challenges to be able to do what we do. Mm-hmm. And we want to make sure that we have the support and that we have everything that we need to respond to our partners and they are able to respond to their neighbors facing food insecurity.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing that. That's really important and a bit eye-opening mm-hmm. to know. But one question I just thought of, so you work with your partners and I know people can give monetary donations. Do you take like individual food donations or is that kind of you just go through your network to get the food and that sort of stuff?
That's a great question, yes. There are people organizing food drives for us every week. So people can organize a food drive and bring that directly to the New Hampshire Food Bank in Manchester.
Okay.
We have great information and guidance online and for people that are interested in organizing a food drive with the neighbors, with their coworkers. So they can go to our website and just check it out And yes, they can bring the food directly to us.
Okay, and on the website, will it give a list of like top needs so maybe they can like gear their food drive toward getting those items?
Yes, the guidance that is provided on our website provides items that are most needed by our neighbors.
Okay, great. Thank you. And then I just have a few final questions that I like to ask everybody that comes on. The first being, can you share a story of someone whose life has been transformed by your work?
Yes, I would like to share the story of Perry. And I'm okay saying his name because he has been extremely open about sharing his story with us. We do, as I mentioned, we conduct these mobile food pantries, and we combine this with the SNAP outreach that we do to identify people that are potentially eligible for the program. Months ago, we were conducting one of these mobile food pantries in Manchester, and a neighbor came to get food from the mobile food pantry. Our SNAP outreach team started talking to him, and we realized that he was eligible. So the team helped him to apply for a SNAP. He received a SNAP, and he was extremely thankful. One of the things that he shared with us is that he never thought that he was eligible for a SNAP because he's someone that is working, someone that has, as anyone said, a regular life, but he's still struggling. He was still struggling to put food on their table for him and for his family. Mm-hmm. So being able not just to go to the mobile food pantry and get food for a couple of weeks, he also was able to get connected for a more permanent solution until he was able to get back on his feet.
Oh, good. Yeah. And then just to kind of plan for the future, share the love amongst nonprofits, is there another nonprofit that you would recommend I have as a future guest? Or I always ask too, just an individual that you know that's doing great things in their community.
I'm biased, but I will say Catholic Charities New Hampshire has a good number of great programs that are doing so much good in their communities. So I can mention so many programs that are also part of Catholic Charities New Hampshire, like New Generation, Liberty House, Caregivers. Those are really great programs that are doing a lot of work and really helping the local communities and their neighbors.
Yes. Thank you for that. And I did have Catholic Charities on, and that's kind of how I found out about you and so I do hope to have many of them on. I did just talk to Liberty House, so they're coming out soon, and I hope to get to the other ones as well. So thank you for that. Yeah. And then the last question, what does kindness mean to you? And can you share an example that you've either personally experienced or just witnessed?
So the work that we do is based on kindness. Mm-hmm. The kindness of donors, supporters, volunteers that give what they have so other people don't suffer food insecurity. The kindness of our partners who are working really hard every single day with very limited resources to make sure that the local communities have access to food. The kindness of parents who skip a meal so their children can eat the 3 meals every single day. So we see kindness everywhere in the work that we do. And that is what motivates us to keep going. Mm-hmm. That is what motivates us to make sure that we as an organization, as a New Hampshire Food Bank, have what we need. So kindness keep going around.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being here today and educating everybody about New Hampshire Food Bank and all the great work that they do. And thank you for all you do as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching or listening to today's episode. I hope that you were educated more about the New Hampshire Food Bank. I hope it inspired you to potentially volunteer, make a donation, start a food drive, get involved in some way. And I hope you will check them out. I will have their website linked for you, as well as their Facebook page. And as always, be sure to follow the Dose of Good podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube as well as where you listen to podcasts. I'd greatly appreciate it if you'd leave a rating and review on your podcast player, because that helps it to just get known more, get shared with more people, so more people can have a dose of good in their day. You can also email me at doseofgoodpodcast@gmail.com. I'd love to hear your feedback, what you're doing to make the world a better place, organizations that you're involved with that you think should be on the podcast. So definitely send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.